Alright, and here we are. Animal Kingdom. And all its beauty. I don't know if we've even shot much of the entrance. Yeah, it used to be a... Well, now we're I guess they switched sides. There's Joffrey's cart. Even before you get in, all we've really done is gone through security. There was... yeah, it was merchandise. I don't know why it's closed. But yeah, now going through security is a breeze. You just walk through kind of like a metal detector. And if it dings, they ask to search your bag. And if not, you just keep walking.
Yeah, it's so much faster than it used to be when they would have to check every single bag coming in. The line for security took forever, and we just literally walked right in. There was nobody in front of us. Bless.
Thank you.
There was nobody in front of us, and we just came through the metal detectors, didn't set anything off, and went on about our day.
Hey, do we have anything with photos included this time?
No.
Okay. Don't bother. There's a photo pass person in front, so you can get your picture with the entry sign. Kind of neat. And photos are always fun too. They do different poses and magic shots to where they'll you know, throw something in on the computer side of it, and it looks really cool. Alright, so first entering Magic Kingdom, of course you got guest relations, facilities, locker rooms on one side, and gift shop on that side. Got your maps in multiple languages. So, yeah, go ahead and get a locker. Alright. Walking through the oasis in Animal Kingdom. Oh, huh?
Turtle on the rock, like I totally missed him.
Oh, there we are. One of our favorite things about Animal Kingdom is that it's actually a zoo with a theme park in it, so you get to see all kinds of animals. There's tons of stuff here, especially in the Oasis. Some stuff on Discovery Island, and you've got 2 animal treks, one in Asia and one in Africa. They're always a lot of fun. So I think our first stop, we're gonna run over to Pandora and check on Flight of Passage.
Okay, we've had a bit of a change of plans. We were going to try to ride Flight of Passage because the app said that the line was 45 minutes, but of course by the time we got back there, it was in fact an hour, which was longer than we really felt like standing in a line. So the line for Kilimanjaro Safaris only said 20 minutes, and basically we kind of walked on like we've maybe been standing here for 5 minutes waiting for this truck. So we are going to ride the Kilimanjaro Safari instead.
Now, as we go out onto the reserve, just don't yell at any of the animals. Make kissy noises at them, try to touch them, call them over, things like that. That will scare them away. We're entering these animals' home, so we definitely want to give them that respect. But if you look above your head, you'll see an animal spotting guide. These are some of the animals we might see today. We won't see all of these animals, but we've been having pretty good luck lately. And it does look like we are going to be given the all clear to enter the reserve. Now, this first area we're going to be entering today is the Little Aturi Forest. A lot of the animals that live here do have a natural natural camouflage that helps them to blend in with their surroundings. Like over here to the left, you're going to start to see kind of these orangish animals. These are bongos. Bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest because they're so rarely seen. Both the males and the females will have those curved back horns, which is going to help them navigate through the thick brush of the forest without becoming tangled up in it. And over here to the right, you're going to see two okapi. A lot of people think the okapi are related to the zebra because of those stripes along their legs. They're actually closely related to the giraffe because they have a long prehensile tongue. Prehensile just means it's going to act like a finger and help them grab things. Now, we did not know the okapi existed until 1901. Before that, we just thought they were a myth. So this actually only makes about 120 years of us even knowing that they exist. Now, one of the best ways that we can help the animals that live here in the forest, we can recycle our paper. That's going to help save a lot of these trees and in return help protect these animals' natural habitat. All right, coming up over here, kind of on the left, those are some of those greater kudu. And greater kudu are the second tallest antelope. They're going to stand about 55 inches at the shoulder and weigh about 750 pounds. They have those white stripes along their coat that in the thick brush of the forest, that's going to look like rays of sunlight coming through the trees, which is just part of their natural camouflage. Get a really good view of that. Over here to the left.
Ooh, right there.
Alright, so we are going to be leaving the Little Laturi Forest. Next, we're going to be headed into the Safi River area. Now, the Safi River is a great place to see a lot of the animals that like to hang out around the water. Because these animals do hang out around the water, sometimes they can be a little bit tough to see, so no worries if you can't see the animals right away. Just go ahead and stay seated for me because we'll try to get a better view as we move along the river.
Yeah, we know.
We're to the right. You get a quick glimpse of a hippo over here. Now, hippos are born, they're going to be about 50 to 100 pounds, and they'll grow to be almost 4,000 pounds, so definitely quite the transformation. Now, sometimes hippos can be a little bit tough to see. They can actually hold their breath underwater for around 8 minutes, and they're not really that great at swimming, so they do more or less like to walk and glide along the bottom of the water. So if you see something in the water that looks like a big pink rock moving around, more than likely that is a hippopotamus. The large blackbirds over here, they're just on vacation. They don't actually live here. Over here to the
Looks like some kind of vulture.
left, you see these large white birds. These are pink-backed pelicans. Pink-backed pelicans get their name from the color their skin turns during mating season. Fully grown, they're going to have a wingspan of about 9 feet wide, which is about the width of the canopy on top of the truck. As you see another hippo down here to the left, kind of walking along through the water there. Hippos can have teeth that can reach 18 inches long. That's helpful to ward off predators. However, they are mostly vegetarian. And over here to the left, they get a good view of baby hippos born over the summer right here on the reserve. Found out not too long ago it is a girl named Greta.
Okay, the bird says please don't look.
Coming up over here to the left, gonna start to see some Nile crocodiles. Nile crocodiles are about as long as a giraffe is tall. That's about 18 to 20 feet. And you may notice some of them might have their mouths open. That's because they are cold-blooded reptiles that can't sweat. So they're gonna keep that mouth open to help regulate their internal body temperature. Nile crocodiles are opportunistic hunters, which means they're going to wait for their prey to come to them. They're not actually going to go out and look for their prey. They have a biting force of around 2,000 pounds. Alright. Looks like the trees are starting to clear out just a touch. Looks like we're going to be headed out towards the savannah. The savannah is a great place to see a lot of the migrating animals. On the way out to the savannah, you may start to notice this kind of funny looking tree over here to the right. This is the baobab tree, also known as the upside down tree because it looks like its roots are on the outside. It's going to be leafless for about 9 months out of the year, but it is excellent at storing water, which is how it gets its other nickname, the Tree of Life. We're just slowly going down this hill up here, so we'll let this truck get just a little bit further up, and then we will be on the way.
You don't really care. You're taking time. You're taking time, dude.
There's actually an old African story about the baobab tree that when the creator was making the savannah, he didn't know where to put it, so he just tossed it over his shoulder and it just landed upside down, and that's how it gets its shape, the upside down tree. Alright, so as we enter the savannah, one of the ways it gets its unique landscape, the elephants come through and help to plow down the trees. The remaining trees, giraffes help to keep nice and pruned by eating the leaves, and then the antelope and the zebra help keep the lawn mowed by eating the grass. So everyone works together out here.
Oh, girl. Well, we was on there, we seen they was seeing people from Awakening. Like, Katie was on there, Alyssa was on there. And they probably seen them too, and that's the serious It's a giraffe for me.
Alright, so as we come down over here on the savannah, over here to the left, what's eventually going to be a right, you see some of those smaller antelope out there. Those are the springbok. They get their name because they can spring 6 feet in the air and 13 feet across. They are one of the top 10 fastest land animals and can run between 55 and 60 miles an hour. With the running start, they could actually jump over this truck if they wanted to, but don't worry if you don't want to. Then way over there, you're going to see some Maasai giraffes. We're going to try to catch up with them here in just a little bit and get a little bit better view.
They run it. For some reason, I thought you had double tap with Zoom.
Fully growth giraffes will stand about 18 to 20 feet tall. They have a 18-inch long prehensile tongue, which is going to help them reach that vegetation that's high up in the trees, which is good because they're going to eat for about 19 hours out of the day and only sleep for about 30 minutes. If you want to know how high up the giraffes can reach whenever they're eating, if you kind of look at the under canopy of the trees here, it's almost like a straight line going across the savannah. Looks like over there some zebras. It's kind of what's doing the slowdown. Looks like it's probably a mixture of all those animals over there. I'm probably crossing back and forth. Something else did about the slowdown.
It's like
So our Heartland's mountain zebra. Heartland's mountain zebra are unique in that they have a flap of skin underneath their neck called a dewlap. That's going to help regulate their internal body temperature. Their zebra is going to have that. A lot of people want to know whether zebras are black with white stripes or white with black stripes. And we can tell by looking at their nose. If their nose is black, they're black with white stripes. If their nose is white, they're white with black stripes. Alright, coming up over here to the left, you're going to start to see some African wild dogs, also known as African painted dogs. Now they are very successful hunters. They're going to travel in packs of about 5 to 15 and will stalk their prey until it drops from exhaustion. They have about an 80% success rate when it comes to hunting. That's compared to only about a 30% success rate for lions.
Oh, they jump over the gate. Oh, okay, give it up.
Alright, coming up over here to the left, you're going to see another Maasai giraffe. Giraffes have as many vertebrae in their neck as humans do in their entire body. Also going to see these animals with the really long, skinny horns. These are sable antelope. Sable antelope will use those horns to help ward off predators like lions. They are the official emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve because they are tough, courageous, and stick together. And that's what Harambe means, to come together. Then these darker animals over here, these are white-bearded wildebeest coming up over here to the right. White-bearded wildebeest get their name from the Afrikaans word meaning wild beast. They are the second most densely populated mammal in the world, second only to humans. Every year, about 1.5 million wildebeest will take part in the Great Migration, migrating anywhere between 500 to 1,000 miles. You also may notice these large termite mounds on both sides of the trunk. These are made from dung, dirt, and saliva. And they'll bake out here in the hot sun of the savanna and become as hard as concrete. Now, a lot of animals like to use them as a scratching post. So when the giraffes and the elephants use them as a scratching post, they tend to knock them over like that mound over there on the right. But no worries, that's when the smaller animals like antelope and zebra will use them as a lookout post because of their slightly higher vantage point. Now over here to the right, that smaller zebra over here, that is Dash. Dash was born right here on the reserve about the beginning of June. A lot of the animals out here on the savanna, especially the hoofstock animals, for the most part are going to be born at night. This is going to give the moms time to clean and feed their young and get them ready to walk. So by the very next morning, they're ready to move with the group or the herd. A little bit better view of the springbok over here to the right as well. So coming up on what's eventually going to be our right, you're going to see more of that group of giraffes. Group of giraffes, also known as a tower. So a nice tower of giraffes hanging out over here. Now a smaller giraffe over there as we pass by, that is Humphrey. Humphrey was born actually about 2 weeks after Dash, about the middle of June. As we pass by, take a look at their spot pattern. No two giraffes are going to have the same spot pattern. It's as unique to them as a human's fingerprint. It looks like we may be kind of holding for just a second. Looks like this giraffe is... Looks like maybe all of them. You want to try to cross up here, at least two of them. Oh, this giraffic jam. Give them just a second to move out of the way. Now, as we pass by, because it looks like we may be kind of close. Remember, let's not call out to them, try to touch them, anything like that.
It's a teenager. And there's a baby. No, that one's it's like small.
Now over here in the palm trees over here to the right, you may start to see those animals with the really long horns. Those are Ankole cattle, also known as the Watusi cattle from the tribe that first domesticated them. Those horns are going to be about 3 to 4 feet on each side, and inside those horns is a honeycomb-like structure that's going to act as a way to help keep the Ankole cattle nice and cool. Now, the cows will weigh anywhere between 900 and 1,200 pounds, and the bulls will weigh anywhere from 1,000 to 1,600 pounds. So very, very heavy. As we wait for the last of this tower of giraffes to kind of cross over, should be back on the move here in just a second.
Everything is gone.
But it's just more time we get to look at Humphrey over here to the right.
They didn't need to go.
Giraffes are born, they're going to be about 6 feet tall, and they will drop 6 feet to the ground.
That was my son.
I just posted it and now it's on the website.
Look, it's right there. Oh, look at his mouth.
Alright, so over to the left, you're going to see that tower of giraffes again. They get a really good view here of this giraffe. Maybe they may try to go up and get something to eat. They use that long, 18-inch long prehensile tongue to grab that vegetation from high up in the trees and pull it down for them to eat. So they eat for 19 hours out of the day. So most of the time when you see the giraffes, they're going to be eating. Coming up over here to the left, gonna start to see some mandrills. Mandrills are loosely what Rafiki is based off of in the movie The Lion King. Also gonna see an African elephant over to the right. We're gonna try to catch up with the elephant here in just a second. But the mandrills, they have those red and blue faces that'll only get a darker shade of red and blue as they get excited. If they show their teeth to one another, they're just being friendly. But if they show their teeth to any other animal, that's a sign to go away. It's a sign to ward off predators. Now the difference between them and Rafiki is in the movie they gave Rafiki a really long tail, and they actually have a really, really short tail. And for the African elephant up here, one of the ways we know this is an African elephant is one, you're in Africa, but two, look at their ears. Their ears are large, and the way I like to remember it is they kind of look like the continent of Africa. Just remember, friends, we do need to stay seated on either a lap or a seat. It does get very, very bumpy out here. Now we can assume that this one is the male. I don't see any other elephants out here. Typically the males are going to stay a little bit more secluded. The females and the children will typically stay together, with the oldest female being the highest ranking elephant. And she's going to have all the knowledge of the past watering holes and migration trails.
Who, fun fact, is also named Rafiki.
This bridge up ahead looks really old, so we're gonna go very slow over it. Very slow in Swahili is poli poli. Alright, and coming up over here to the left, you're gonna start to see some greater flamingos. Flamingos get that pink coloration from their diet of shrimp, which is rich in beta-carotene. Fully grown, they're gonna stand about 5 feet tall, and they are the largest of all the flamingos. Now, one of the ways they're gonna stay cool in the hot sun of the savannah is they'll stand on one leg. This helps to increase their blood circulation, and in return helps keep them nice and cool.
Why have they not been back?
Looks like over here to the left, you're gonna start to see a group of white rhinoceros. Group of rhinos, also known as a crash. So a nice crash rhinos hanging out over here to the left. Now, white rhinos get their name from the Afrikaans word meaning, Afrikaans word vite, referring to their wide jaw. Fully grown, they're going to weigh between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds. Sadly, they're often poached for those horns, which are made up of keratin, the same material as our fingernails, which actually has no value to humans. They can run at an average speed of 35 miles an hour and are the largest animals that can gallop.
For real? Yes. How you know? And then I got a question. Didn't you got a waist sucker? No, this no. She posted her
And coming up over here to the left, you can see a couple of cheetahs laying down back there by the tree line.
The battery's about to die.
Cheetahs are the fastest land animals. You can see one laying down over here in the dirt, one kind of back by the tree line there. They can run at an average speed of about 60 miles an hour. However, they can only maintain that speed for a couple hundred yards before they tend to get tired, and that's when other animals like other big cats will come in and steal their prey. Cheetahs have those black spots all over their body. When those black spots are next to their eyes, it's going to act as a way to help deflect the sun, similar to how a football player or a baseball player with that black chalk underneath their eyes. Coming up over here to the left, you're going to start to see a lion up here by these two trees, kind of at the end of this rock formation over here. This rock formation is called a coping. Now, lions will sleep for between 13 to 20 hours out of the day. They're going to save most of that energy for nightfall. That's when they're going to do most of their hunting. In the daytime, a lion's eyesight is about the same as you and I, but at night, it's going to be about 5 times greater. A group of lions, also known as a pride. So typically, the female lions are going to go out and do most of the hunting. The male lions will stay back and protect the pride. See another one laying there, kind of on the side.
With that cord, that long cable. I don't know, it's up there now. All the cords are up there. Nothing has changed. Huh?
And you can hear a lion's roar up to 5 miles away. There's those two there, and then it looks like up by this tall grass up here, you can see the male lion laying down here.
Oh, there he is.
He said, alright, bye.
They're going to sleep for about 13 to 20 hours out of the day. Most of the time when it's really warm like this, it's really even rare to see them out here. Most of the time they like to kind of go find some shade somewhere.
We always have to stop on the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail and say hello to the colobus monkeys. They are these adorable black and white monkeys. And on our very first visit, they had just had a little baby girl, and now she has a younger brother. And we just always like to stop in, say hi, see how they're doing. It's kind of late in the afternoon right now. It's a little muggy. It's not like super duper hot, but it is a little muggy. So they mostly just seem to be laying around, kind of chilling. But oh, there's a decent angle. We can get somebody's face.
Who's up there?
Yeah, I always gotta at least stop in for a few minutes and see what these guys are up to. Okay, bye-bye colobus monkeys. Nice to see you guys. Take care.
Thank you very much, my friends, and welcome to another tour. I'm going to do another song for one of my favorite bird friends right now. This is called The Flight of the Heron.
have stumbled upon an absolute miracle. The 8 Spoon Café is serving today. Yes! We have eaten from here one time in all of the times that we have been here, and every time we come we check to see if they're serving. So very excited to get some tasty mac and cheese from 8 Spoon Café.
The menus of beef.
I love this octopus.
Alright. Can I get you a cup of ice?
Random family.
We got the pulled pork mac and cheese from 8 Spoon. Mac and cheese, pork, barbecue sauce, pickles. Excited to dig in.
I can't tell if that's in the pork or in the sauce, but it's delicious. There's something. It's very flavorful, not just cheap mac and cheese.
Yeah, kind of smoky. The meat is nice and tender, and it's not dry, which is nice because that's the thing that tends to happen to pork. It's very unfortunate, but it's a thing. But this is, yeah, not dry, nice, good flavor. I heartily appreciate the lack of breadcrumbs on this mac and cheese. I hate when people put breadcrumbs on mac and cheese.
Yeah. Could use a little more sauce, but the only thing. But still very tasty. I used to order a pulled pork mac and cheese from a local restaurant all the time before Corona shut it down, and this is better than that. Like, I love that one that we got at home, but this is totally better.
This is better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you 2 things. I just took a bite with the meat and the mac and cheese and the pickle, and it was fantastic. But you're not gonna like it because it's not a dill pickle.
I'm willing to
It's bread and butter or sweet, but it's not the kind of pickle.
I really don't like them on their own. I don't mind them on a burger or on something sometimes, but I definitely don't like them by themselves. I'm willing to risk it though.
Okay.
If I can find a way to split it in half.
I was gonna say, yeah, if we can cut it in half, then at least it's not a waste of the whole pickle.
Yeah.
I really did like that.
Okay. Not sure if the pickle broke or my fork did.
Little column.
There we go.
Little column. There you go. There. And if you like it, you can have the other half, because I already had a whole one. But if you don't like it,
So I gotta get all the things.
yeah, good bite. Get all the things.
Oh, you talking about the one I'm like, party? No, I'm I'll be back. If anybody wants to read it.
I don't think I have much sauce, so that's my only thing. One more sauce would be nice. Oh, is there a thing? No. Well, I bet you in the before time they'd have a dispenser of barbecue sauce right next to the window. So.
I don't know. You might be right. It might be better with a little bit more barbecue sauce. But I really enjoy this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm
sorry. I'm
very, very happy with this. Yeah, 8 Spoons is not open very often. Just usually when they're really busy. So very glad to have the opportunity to even have this today, because like I said, we check on it every time we come here, and we've only been able to eat here once before today. So, but yeah, it's very, very good. Very creamy, cheesy mac and cheese. The meat is good. The sauce is good. The pickles are good. Everything's good. So if you happen to be lucky enough to be here when 8 Spoon is actually open and serving, get you some pulled pork mac and cheese. Is that for me? Well, thank you.
It is good, but you seem to like it better.
There's something about all the flavors together is so good. I think it is a bread and butter pickle. I don't think it's a sweet pickle, because I think the sweet pickle would be too sweet. And it's just got that little bit of sweet that's like not really something that I would typically expect with the rest of these things. But it works really well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. Pretty sure it was bread and butter pickle.
So good. Portion size, this was, I don't know, for us to share this is a small snack.
Yeah.
But it is highly enjoyable. Yeah, for one person it might be a decent sized snack.
Yeah, it'd be worth it.
I wouldn't say this is a meal at all. It is a small serving, but darn, it's good.
Yeah. I think it was worth the money. $6.75. Yeah. $6.79. So.
Yeah, definitely worth $7. So we were sitting just outside the Adventurers Outpost to eat our mac and cheese, which is right outside of Asia. And over here, right behind us, is 8 Spoon Café. So that's where it is in relation to the rest of things. Here in the park, if you keep going that direction, you'll get to Discovery Island, which is basically kind of the central hub of this park. But we are going to venture back into Asia because we have a popcorn bucket to buy, possibly a kite show to see.
Train wreck to watch.
Yes, possible train wreck. Super little coffee and tea place right over here, back here, tucked away. Oh wow, he's huge!
I think it's one of the issues with the show. They're just too big to actually. Oh, that's not bad. Nice calm day though. There's no wind whatsoever right now.
Oh! Look! Look! Oh!
That took a head dive.
Aw.
Oh, cool. You're making